This is for the ones that I've lost or the ones that I've forgotten. Jesus, when you close your eyes, does it look like I'm crying? And on my 15th birthday, I hung myself. And I've never been the same. And you know better than I ever will that I'm never gonna ask for any help. It's Ashland's on the couch and Eric's leaving now, and Andrew's gonna kill himself before I turn 17. I was living underground with the philosophers in their club, but it was I who philosophized. No, it was I who philosophized, and I know that you'll believe me when I say the best part of you is me. I will scream about the hills, and I will scream about the yard where we left all of our battles and we left all of our scars. And I know, and I know, and I know my eyes are bleeding for the people that I used to call a home. And you know better than I ever will that I'm just gonna watch as you drift away. It's Ashland's on the couch and Eric's leaving now, and Andrew's gonna kill himself before I turn 17.
That was beautiful. And you're all correct. We've all been there. We've all been in that headspace. A slow day at the watermelon factory. Can you tell us why that is the name of the song?
Yes. Okay. So over the summer, this summer, 2025, I worked at a watermelon factory. It was horrible. It was like slave labor. But I did it to afford this guitar. And well, when you're there and you have nothing to do except physical labor, you just think. So I wrote the second half of the song there, and I thought, hey, it'd be nice, an ode to my job.
Here. So why is the Baka few? How did this name come to be?
Ooh, okay, the Baka few. That's a good question. Okay, so a couple months ago, back in June of 2025, I did a concert where it was Ray Moreno and the Baka 2, and it was called that because it was two separate entities, right? Ray Moreno, which is me, and then the Baka 2, which they were just two sussy Bakas or whatever. And I gave them that name because they were two Bakas, so the Baka 2 felt perfectly. But then they left the state. They're like in Indiana and Colorado. Shout out Juan, shout out Julio, the Baka 2 originals. But then after they left, I was like, okay, I kind of want to keep on doing this band thing, but I can't do it if they're in a different state. So I created the Baka few, because we're a little bit more than just 2 Bakas now, right? We got like 4 Bakas in here. That's the few, the proud, for sure.
The few, the proud. That's awesome. I see on your set list here, we're going to start number 1 with a song called Michigan.
Yes. This is a song about a girl, but also a song about a place I've never been.
I envy, but I'm not sure that I envy those for whom a biography can be written or who could write their own. In these random impressions and with no desire to be other than random, I indifferently narrate my factless autobiography, my lifeless history.
These are my confessions, and if in them I say nothing, it is because I have nothing to say. I can't remember how to say your name and who's to blame, my darling. Can you teach me one more time before I fall into the sky? A long, long time ago, I promised that I'd never write to you, but the seasons, they're changing, and my scars, they are faded. So the 20th letter I write to you will be the first letter you read. And when you go back to your parents' house, take my sweater when you leave. And I'm never going back to Michigan, 'cause I've never been. And I'm never gonna love you, because I never did. And I'm not sure how much more of this I'll take before I pretend to bend my knuckles back to crack instead of break. And I have too many answers for all the questions that you're never gonna ask. Hey darling, do you still have my name on your skin?
Chupapi muñeño.
So the 20th letter I write to you will be the first letter you read. And when you go back to your parents' house, take my sweater when you leave. And I'm never going back to Michigan, 'cause I've never been. And I'm never gonna love you, because I never did.
We're giving some love to the state of Michigan. So, you performed live at Bear Mountain Pizza not too long ago. There was a decent crowd there to support. What did this experience teach you about yourselves and your vision?
This taught me that like people really are really bored in Arvin. I mean, on a Friday night, what you want to go do is go listen to the Baka Few. It's either the Baka Few are extraordinary or this town is just so boring. But it was a good crowd. It was a good crowd. There's like people outside recording, which I thought was crazy. For the Baka Few's first show, it was awesome. It was great. I appreciate it more than anyone could ever imagine. But it definitely sets a precedent that every concert has to be that big or bigger, you know. And I'm willing to do anything to accomplish that.
All right. In a video you made to promote your concert and on the day of the event, an interesting creature, for lack of a better word, named Chupapi helped adventure. Is Chukaki the official band mascot now?
Chukaki, yes. Chukaki Muñeño is the official band mascot. Would you ask about the song?
What is he, she, they, or it?
I don't know. I mean, for real, I have no idea. Chukaki's his own beast, his own creature. Okay, I don't ask him questions because if I do, he just says Chukaki Muñeño. Like I don't know what the fuck that means. So he does his own thing. He's our mascot. We don't pay him, so he's just vibing.
Is Chukaki single?
Chukaki, I have no idea. I really don't know. I hope so. I hope so. Whoever's dating him, I should be allowed to date him because he's like, he's a little crazy.
Now we're gonna begin our next song with Chupapi 333.
Yes. So okay, next song, try 333. A lot of people think this song is about Chukaki, but it's not. It's about his brother Chupapi. There's two characters. There's Chukaki Muñeño and Chupapi Muñeño. They're Muñeño brothers. They're basically they're pretty cool. Maybe you'll see more of Chupapi later, but this song is about him. And I found you in the room behind the walls, and your father's coming home, and your father's gonna scream, so you'll run into the walls and wait for me to leave. But there you will only find the blood I left behind when her eyes died. And the boy will say, "Oh man, what's been going on?" It's the story of the man who could never understand that there's 1,000 others suffering, and he's not the only one. It's the story of the cat who went into the needle of the eye. So take me back to the slave house, or take me back to the Alamo, when the wars in which we fought meant more than just blood and bone.
All right. What does a typical band practice or rehearsal involve? How do you keep the Baka
Oh, no.
spirit alive?
Oh no. Okay, so it starts out with the bassist getting here like 30 minutes late, and then I'm just like, what the fuck? And then the drummer, and then I think the majority of practice is just me yelling at the drummer or yelling at the bassist. Mainly the drummer. Mainly the drummer. Yeah. It just a lot of yelling. A lot of yelling.
Sounds violent.
It's violent. Yeah, it's very violent.
All right, we're going to start our new song, A Year From Now.
Okay, so my drummer just told me that his bones hurt too much to play the song with us. So he's crashing out. Our guitarist over here, he's gonna take his role. He's gonna play the drums for this song just because I don't think he can do it. Yeah, he's fucking angry as shit. Okay, he's a loose cannon. We can't tame him. A year from now, I'll be working at Taco Bell, and I will write the songs that I can't write now. And my new friends, they will love me, and we'll be screaming and crying and laughing, and they'll say, "Hey Ray, why were you so alone?" And I'm crying alone in my bed. The kid that you once knew is now dead, and I'm drowning in the tide under the water of the sun. I hate everyone I love. things I haven't done, the words I haven't said, the lies I haven't told, and the people I haven't hurt. And I'm sorry that I'm like this, I'm sorry that you're hurt, I'm sorry that you're bleeding, but at least you're not alone. 'Cause I've killed more people than I care to remember. You're just another face, no, you're just another name. And I built these walls with my hands, and the memories long forgotten, and the blood from the blade that you used to cut yourself with. And your mother was afraid of the dark, I was afraid that it might have sparked, and like a star I'll burn bright, but God knows I won't burn forever. And I'm not getting younger, I'm just getting older, and I still miss the feeling of your shoulder upon my own. A year from now I'll be working at Taco Bell, and I will write the songs that I can't write now. And my new friends, they will love me, and we'll be screaming and crying and laughing, and they'll say, hey Ray, why were you so alone?
And we want to thank you, Ray. Taco Bell sales have never been higher. All right, so what was the first song that made you fall in love with music?
Oh my gosh, that is a great question. I think the entirety of the Baka should answer it. Let's start off with all right. What the fuck? All right, guys. It looks like they don't want to say their favorite songs. I can go ahead and do it. Does it, your favorite song? Okay. What is your favorite song? What that made you fall in love with music?
Probably verse, chorus, verse, which is a Nirvana outtake from Nevermind.
Wow. Great.
Nirvana is a
That's
classic.
classic, yeah. What about you, Alex?
I really like Neutral Milk Hotel,
Which song?
Communist Daughter.
Classic. It's a classic. Look, guys, we have the Neutral Milk Hotel, album, and we have the front bottom self-titled, which brings it great to mind. The first time I knew music was really what I was gonna do for the rest of my life was in 8th grade when I listened to it's not a song. It's an album. I Hate My Friends by the Front Bottoms just changed my life. I spent so many months crying to that album. It was really depressing. But,
Everybody who knows you knows you're a Bob Dylan fan. I see next here on the list is...
yes, I am a huge Bob Dylan fan. I love Bob Dylan so much. It's more of a recent thing though, like the past year. But check it out. We have the Bob Dylan albums right there. We got the Freewheelin', Other Side of Bob Dylan, and we got Blonde on Blonde. Blonde on Blonde is my classic. I need to get all of his albums. I have 3 right now. And with the Bob Dylan body pillow that was in the audience the entire time. He's chilling on the floor now.
Give it up for Bob Dylan's Body Pillow.
Anyways, this next song I wrote is about Bob Dylan. It's called Bobby Boy. It's a very very in-depth song. Every lyric is there for a purpose, right? I hopefully you guys try to catch all the Easter eggs, the Bob Dylan Easter eggs, the little references. If you guys are Bob Dylan fans, you have a lot of fun. If you're not, you'll be really confused. But the song's about Bob Dylan, and it's not completed yet, so it's just me and my bassist playing the song. Wish us luck.
Light it up.
I killed a man just to watch him die in the suburbs of the city. Dylan whispered in my ears the things that I couldn't hear. I'm getting visions of Joanna. I'm getting postcards of the hanging in my nightmares, in my dream. I'm staring in to the
All right, and we want to thank you for this opportunity to show the world your talent. But all of us at home want to know, if you can have any superpower, what would it be and why?
All right, Alex, you go first.
Teleportation. Because I could go anywhere.
Yes, it's true. Yeah. All right. What about you? What about you, George?
Probably also teleportation, so I could not spend money on gas.
You spend money on gas?
Sometimes.
Okay. I would. It's a little bit more of a niche superpower, but I would want to throw up shit from my mouth, like whenever I instead of the poop coming out of my ass, instead of the poop coming out normally, it comes out of my mouth. So then I'm like, whenever I'm pooping, I'm like struggling for it to come out. I'm like, oh, it's like a long piece of poop. Like, oh, and then I can savor the taste on my tongue, and all the poop can get stuck in my teeth. So I'm like, oh, I'm like suffocating on my own poop every time I have to use the restroom. And I use the restroom like every day, so it's gonna be a great time for me.
That was extremely
Is that a South Park
graphic
reference?
and detailed. All right, everybody, this is going to be the last song of the night. It is called Statues of Us. Thank you for tuning in and letting us invade your ear space. Has anybody seen Chupapi?
Chupapi, muñeño.
There's too many names to remember when all the personalities all feel the same. You said, Ray, I think you're a narcissist. I said, aren't we all? You said, I hope that you get better. But I know I never will, because these manic episodes are the only thing keeping me alive. You said, Ray, I don't know you. And I said, you never will. And I think that you hate me because we don't talk anymore. And anytime I'm walking somewhere, it feels like I'm walking to you. And my house has never felt like a home. I guess that's why I found solace in yours. And I think that you hate me because we don't talk anymore. You can't take back those sleepless nights. You won't forget my crooked spine. And we left out of your window because we were hungry for the food that your parents couldn't give us. And these words bring back memories that I swore I couldn't have. And these words lost all meaning when our mouths got involved. And it's taken me too long, far too long, to realize you're never coming back. If I ever had $1 million, I would spend the first half making statues of us. And if you knew me, then you know that that's a lie. And it's taken me too long, far too long, to realize you're never coming back. If I ever had $1 million, I would spend the first half making statues of us. And if you knew me, then you know that that's a lie. You can't take back those sleepless nights. You won't forget my crooked spine. And we left out of your window because we were hungry for the food that your parents couldn't give us. And these words don't talk anymore. He's muñeñoing it, bro. He's muñeñoing it. Bro. Baka? What the hell is that? Oh no, not again, bro.